What a beautiful day. Hey guys, Michael, Phoenix Bear here. No real point to this video, and as you can see, the view is much better than my face of typical videos. Not really much to say, just driving to Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And I thought I would share a little bit of the drive with you. Beautiful sky, a little bit of the scenery. Or you can just not watch it and not leave a nasty comment, because that's always an option. You know? Just be a good person. Or at least try to be a good person. I'm just trying. Yeah, try harder. Try way harder. And then when you think you've tried hard enough, keep trying some more, because you're probably still not a good person. Talking to everyone. Mostly myself. These are lessons we need to tell ourselves every day. Kill the ego. Anyway. Wonder if you can even hear me with a busted window. This truck I'm in is a 2003 Silverado, a little busted, 1500 4x4 extended cab. Really all I need for the most part. I mean, I could use a little more power. A diesel would be helpful for pulling and other activities, but this is pretty sufficient for what I'm doing at the moment. But I've had this truck for, oh gosh, I'd say probably at least 7-8 years. I traded a 2001 Mustang GT for it when my son was like, maybe I've only had it for 6 or 7 years, I don't recall. But anyway, I traded it when my son was just like 1 or so. And I'd had an 89 F-150 just recently prior to that. And I'm not sure, I think just needed money or something, but I sold it. I'd only had it for like a year, but I bought it because it was just like a really neat truck. It was silver and black, extended cab, 4-wheel drive, 5.8 liter. That thing was a beast. I wish I had gotten rid of it, not because I covet things, just because it's a pretty cool work truck, just to have, especially to plow snow in. But anyway, it was a tank. But I sold it, and probably to pay some bills or something, who knows. And then I just had the Mustang, but I was just mostly doing real estate, or just trying to mostly do real estate back then. I thought that's what I wanted to do with my life at that point in time. Of course, that was me being in the military and not really being in positions that I wanted in there, and realizing I didn't want to be in anymore. And then just kind of latching to one of the first things I saw that was a real, possible moneymaker and legitimate career was real estate. So I got my license and whatnot before on my way out. I didn't actually get licensed until like a year after I separated. But yeah, I held licenses in West Virginia and Ohio for almost a decade. Not a decade. Ohio more like 6 years, because because I didn't get, maybe it was, see, I don't know. I have very, very terrible time, which, I don't know. Time flies by. But, so I was licensed in West Virginia first. And I don't know for how many years I was a West Virginia licensee before I obtained my Ohio license. But anyway, I've let both of those go as of this year. I thought about keeping it, and it did tear me. I still kind of miss the access to the MLS, which it wouldn't be hard for me to obtain that. A lot of people who aren't real estate agents have actual MLS access. I don't really want to go that route, but like I said, it's not difficult to get it. That was one of the last things that was keeping me from letting it go, was that I liked having that, but not necessary. I don't really need it, and I really love selling homes. I didn't hate it. It didn't seem like I was earning the money. It seemed like a lot of overpaid. You know, sometimes. I guess it just depends, because sometimes you dealt with some people who just tested you to the very end of your patience and your professionalism, and sometimes beyond. But llama. Or alpaca. I think it's a llama. Anyway. So yeah, I don't sell real estate anymore, which is fine. When I first started out, my first year, I did, oh goodness, what did I do? Was it 400 or, I can't remember. It was like 450. I think it was like 450 or $600,000 in sales, and I didn't get my license until like spring or something like that. So it wasn't even like a full year. And then, I think the first year I did like, it was like 450 or something like that. And then I can't remember if the next year I did 1.5 million or if it was the third year, but I thought I did like 1.5 or something. I did like 1.5 plus one year in my first 2 or 3 years. And then like I did like maybe I went like 450, 650, and then like 1.5 million or something like that. But anyway, so then I did that. So I was selling over $1 million in real estate a year, and then I actually had all the local HUD contracts in several counties in West Virginia and Ohio. So I was just scarfing those up. At one point in time, I mean, I would hold like 7, 8, 9, 10 repos, and they'd range anywhere from like $20,000 to $100,000 or $200,000. And I was getting 20 or 30 of those a year, and I was doing that for years. It actually burnt me out, and it made me hate it, and I had to stop. I started just like, honestly, in all discretion, whoever hears this, if anything ever comes of, no one gives a shit, honestly. But it got to the point where I was just fucking BSing and like literally making it to where like my reports are being turned in late, and I was getting written up, so my score was being driven down. So you're supposed to be operating with like a gold score when you're managing HUD properties as a real estate agent. Okay, we've had the gold score, had the gold star, or whatever. Great, it's not that hard to do. You do all your stuff on time. You do your BPOs in a certain range, a reasonable range in which you know the property will sell, not the freaking normal list price, but shit price that it's going to sell at. So if you get within like 20-30% of that, they love it. Even if like in the beginning you're way below like list price, you argue and you keep your point. In the end, you win. And then you have to just do like literally, it's like sometimes it's like once a out the property, take pictures, mark a little thing on the counter, you take pictures of that, you go home, you upload the shit online. It's not difficult. But here's the problem. At a certain point, when that's all you're doing and it's just on you, and you realize how freaking pointless it is, it just weighs on you and it becomes this impossible task. Whereas like just driving across town, snapping some photos, hopping on the computer for an hour or two, it becomes the thing that just seems like an impossibility. You know why? Because you don't want to fucking do it because it sucks and you know it's dumb. And that's why I stopped doing it. I just stopped. You know how long it took for HUD and these asset management companies to find a new real estate agent? I fucked with them for like 3 years. They were just giving me shit. I had I don't even see bronze or whatever you call I can't remember when I used to work at Home Telos. They had like gold, silver, bronze. They might have been giving me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s. I can't remember. The last one might have been no percentages, but I had like Fs basically. If you're going to put into letters, I've been getting Fs for a while on fucking purpose, right? And they're still just sending me properties. They'd email me like, hey, why haven't you done this inspection? Would I respond back to their email? No, I would just go do the inspection and turn it in late, and then be like, there it is. Then they wouldn't say anything else about it. And the next one comes through, they'd be like, why is this done? You know why it's not done. Why haven't you hired a new agent? Anyway, I'm not angry, I'm just yelling really loud because I do not have a window on my truck. That was actually what I started talking about first, was this truck and how old it is and how awesome it is. Anyway, got a lot of dents, scrapes, rust. It's a trusty old truck though. It's been in a lot of work. It's earned a lot of utilities, leisure time, and food. But anyway, the point is, I'm going to be getting a new one. Not a new one, but a different one. This one's like a silver goldish type thing, very old and faded. But this is a 2003. I think the one I'm gonna get is a 2007. It's a 2007 work. It's a Chevy Silverado work truck. It is 4-wheel drive, but it doesn't have extended cab, but it does have an 8-foot bed instead of 6. So that'll be cool. That'll be cool. And then it'll be white, and then it already has like a utility rack on the back where they had like a light bar and some speakers and whatnot. I think it was used like an airport or something weird before. I don't know. But so I'll be able to mount up my brakes and equipment, whereas I haven't ever set up a utility bar on my truck. So yeah, so I'll have be getting a second truck soon. That'll be nice. I'll get 2 junk trucks. Here's the thing: is the white one not rusty. It's not rusty. So here we are. Let me see. We are driving through Ravenswood, West Virginia. Anybody ever been? Anybody ever been to Ravenswood? Funny thing is that oh look, they're gonna do another thing. Sweet. Probably gonna think that I'm actually talking to you if I post this to the premiere. What do I do to just be funny? because I'm not in the chat. Because there is no chat while I'm doing this, because I'm recording this on my phone. Look, more storage. Is it? Nope. I thought it was. Rhino. Anyway. So yeah, it's oh goodness. Ugh. Walgreens says get your genetic experiment for free today. I don't know if it said free, but I do want to say something about, and I'm not necessarily, it's not saying it's a large business, because I haven't looked into it. I don't know. It could be a local person who's just on the up, on the rise, or who knows. But there is a company, and I'll say the names, Rhino Storage. Okay, it seems like they came out of nowhere, and I don't know if they built a new facility or somebody else built it and they bought it, but there's a new facility up in Marietta, Ohio, and then there's a few in Parkersburg, and then I just seen another one over here in like Little Hocking, Ohio, where they have purchased storage lockers that are already that have already been in operation for years. So they're buying out people. So like I said, I don't know if it's someone local or if it's big or what, but here's why I have an issue with it. And it's not breathtaking. Anyway, my problem was that I just went to go check, do an estimate on a property to do a weekly mowing and another weekly property inspection until they arrive. And as I'm leaving, I look across the interstate, because the house is like right off the interstate. It's really neat, actually. Anyway, not the point. But across the interstate are these storage buildings that have been there forever, and now they're renamed. I don't know what they used to be called, but now they're called Rhino Storage. And I was like, oh, awesome. So I look, and on there it says free rent. So I'm like, so then where my mind goes, and this is me, let me know if any of you feel this way, but I feel like that's like a big business, big corporation tactic to squeeze out the little guys. Not saying they're gonna get them all, but like it seems like that's malicious intent. Like they're not just trying to run a storage building company. It seems like they're trying to, at this point, absorb all business, so they're the only storage company. First piece of evidence is the fact that they just seem to be consuming all of the ones that seem to be able to sell or willing to sell. And then the second is when I see things like free rent. So that tells me that they're willing to offset, because they probably have extreme profits because they're all over the place. So to give away like even 100 lockers probably a month isn't anything to them. So they're doing that up against someone who maybe has 20, 30, 50, 100 lockers versus their thousands, right? So if they give them up, it's like basically like they were going to have vacancies anyway. So if they can get you in there for free, and it's the thing, it's like, hey, mom and pop could do that too if they needed, but they may not need to. Because I do know that there are certain places I know that always stay full. But still, I'm just saying, it seems like it may be malicious, but it may not be. I don't know. Maybe someone give me your opinion. I think it seems a little effed up, a little messed up. Like they're trying to pull people away from different ones, so they go to them. I don't know. Because there's a lot of places like maybe they can't afford to even give away 1 month of free storage. Like I know, like maybe that doesn't make sense considering like. That maybe it's like, whoa, it was empty before the people rented it. It's like, well, yeah, but like they also probably needed that money when it was empty too. So it's like now that someone's going to rent it, it's like now they still don't have money, but their building's rented. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm not making any sense. Please help me. Anyway. bear with me. We'll get there. Maybe start doing this on a regular. I do take long drives weekly, but I don't know if anyone can hear me, and I don't want to yell. I don't like yelling. I yell a lot as it is. It's exhausting.